In politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. The Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, was in Kiambu County yesterday. And the Deputy President was joined by none other than the former Kiambu Governor, Ferdinand Waitititu. So in this video today, I want us to look at the appearance of Waitititu during that particular event. The message which the Deputy President is sending to Moses Kuria, the message the Deputy President is sending to President Uhuru Kenyatta and his supporters in the larger Mount Kenya region and the country at large. But before we do all those, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to just take a second or two and click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Now let us begin this analysis by looking at what the Deputy President updated on his official Facebook page and Twitter after that meeting. Because that's also important, so you can pick his objective. Now he's saying the crafting of effective plans that nurture farming and small-scale businesses is part of our assorted initiatives to address the issues and problems directly connected to the thousands of ordinary people. Basically, the people of the larger Mount Kenya region are known for farming and small-scale businesses. And that's why his messaging is actually confined to those two. He's continuing, we aim to bring meaningful change that diminishes poverty, stimulates employment, and foster income generation, hence empowerment of all Kenyans. Interacted with the Kiambu County residents at Gadaithi, Githiga, Takwa, Githurai, Ndumberi, and Kiambu towns after a prayer service at Africa Independent Pentecostal Church of Africa, Gadaithi in Githurai. Now listen, he's saying, we were joined by Turkana Governor Josephat Nanok, MPs Kimani Ichung'wah, Rigathi Gachagua. Actually, most people have asked me where Rigathi Gachagua has been. The fact is, Rigathi Gachagua was out of the country, but is now back. Alice Wahome, Njuguna Wanjiku, George Kariuki, James Gakuya, Victor Munyaka, Isaac Mwaura, Gathoni Wamuchomba, Silvanus Osoro, and former Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waitititu. The most important person at this event was none other than Ferdinand Waitititu.
Asante Mheshimiwa Deputy President, kitu ya kwanza nimefurahi kuongelesha hii watu ya Githega, hii ni watu yetu. Na kitu ya kwanza nataka kukuhakikishia Bwana Deputy President, Kiambu yote kutoka mbeleni ni watu yako.
Now let me take you back a bit so that you can understand why Ferdinand Waitititu was the most important person during this event. Ahead of 2017 general election, the Deputy President had figured out that he was going to run for 2022 presidential elections. And for him to succeed, the Deputy President figured out he needed two counties. He needed the Nairobi County and he needed Kiambu County. The truth of the matter is that the presence of the Kalenjins in Nairobi are very few. And again, the other truth is that our politics is centered on tribes. But winning Nairobi and Kiambu topped the Deputy President's top agenda. So he identified people who could qualify as crooks and made them governors. In Nairobi, President Uhuru Kenyatta had wanted Peter Kenneth to be the governor for Nairobi. The deputy president wanted Mike Mbuvi Sonko. And of course, if you add the personality of Sonko, it was so easy to make Mike Mbuvi Sonko the governor for Nairobi. Just by the simple fact that it's a Kamba. So Kikuyus voting for Sonko, you only needed a portion of Kamba. Basically, you remove a portion of Kamba votes from NASA, and that was enough to make Mike Sonko the governor. So that was a very wise move by the DP. So Mike Sonko became the governor of Nairobi. What shocked Kenyans was the move to bring Ferdinand Waitititu from Nairobi. Then he went to Kabete and to Kiambu. And of course, William Kabogo still claims up to today that he was rigged out. So the fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, William Ruto had his way. He had the governor for Kiambu, his person, and the governor for Nairobi. His calculations was simple. These guys were going to help him in 2022. Then the handshake happened. And then after the handshake, the politics of the country changed completely. So in January 2020, Ferdinand Waitititu was kicked out as the governor for Kiambu. He was kicked out because of two main reasons. The first reason why he was kicked out was because of his association with the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. And again, number two, the president also just wanted to send a strong message to the leadership from the larger Mount Kenya region that he can do whatever he wants with them. His deputy, Dr. James Nyoro, quickly took over. That was in January 2020. And then in December 2020, Mike Mbuvi Sonko was also kicked out as the Nairobi governor. And then, after that, for those who followed politics very closely, Ferdinand Waitititu then decided that the best thing for me was to go underground. So he went underground. And sometimes Waitititu would be seen walking the streets of Nairobi, a lonely man. He would be seen trying to go where the president was. Like whenever the president was in Kiambu County, he would try to go there, but he would not be allowed anywhere near the president. Actually, the president didn't want to be seen to be associating with Ferdinand Waitititu. Then Ferdinand Waitititu found solace in BBI. But again, even in BBI, he was not much welcomed. Then he went to KANU, because I think in his own calculation, he's a street politician. In his mind, Ferdinand Waitititu thought that Gideon Moi being close to Uhuru and him joining KANU was going to help him. That did not work. So he made that appearance yesterday with the DP. And just like I keep on saying, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Why do you think Ferdinand Waitititu made that appearance? The truth of the matter is that there's no way Ferdinand Waitititu can just wake up one morning and go and join the DP. Chances are that the deputy president prevailed upon him or made calls to him to join him. Why? In my view, the deputy president had objectives and he wanted to achieve all those objectives. Whether he achieved them or not is something which probably will not tell us at now. But the deputy president had these five options, five objectives in my view. Number one, I think the DP is keen on replacing Moses Kuria in the larger Mount Kenya region. If you look at the brand of politics of Moses Kuria and the brand of politics of Ferdinand Waitititu, these two gentlemen are almost playing the same kind of politics. Dirty, crafty, scheming, and the rest. So Moses Kuria decided in his own wisdom to form his own political party, and he had hoped to join the Tanga Tanga movement using that party. But the DP is not keen on that. And I predicted correctly that the Kiambu parliamentary by-election was going to mark the end of the relationship between the deputy president and Moses Kuria. And it has marked it. But there's still that void which Moses Kuria left in Tanga Tanga. So the replacement the DP unveiled yesterday is actually none other than Ferdinand Waitititu. So he is sending a message to Moses Kuria that you have been replaced. The truth of the matter is that Moses Kuria was also absent. So that's number one. Number two, I also tend to believe that we live in a corrupt country. And because President Uhuru Kenyatta has been seen to be fighting some of these corrupt individuals, the deputy president was sending a message to them. All corrupt individuals in the country, that you can join me. I can stand with you. Otherwise, why would the DP want to be associated? He's running for the presidency, and of course he has made it very clear that his allies are being targeted by corruption. Someone like Waitititu has gone through that process and is out. Why would the DP who wants to become the president, who will fight the corruption in the country, associate with Waitititu? Why? So it's basically telling all corrupt individuals in the country that, look here, I'm your person. I can stand with you, so vote for me. So at the end of the day, all corrupt individuals in this country will rally around the deputy president. And the truth of the matter is that these corrupt individuals, they are not few, they are many. The other truth is that they have the money, so they can bankroll. So all the corrupt individuals will easily now try to associate with the DP, because look at it. Uhuru never wanted to be seen near Waitititu. Ruto is now embracing him. Corruption. So that's the message. Number three, I think this could also be a message to President Uhuru Kenyatta. The DP is telling the president that your term is coming to an end. You targeted my people. Since you targeted my people, I want to bring them together. Campaign for them. So that as you go home, they'll make their way into leadership of the country. And I strongly believe that President Uhuru Kenyatta is also not mad. But the DP is sending a message to him. Prepare. You fired this guy, I'm standing with him. Remember, almost each and every individual who has abused or insulted the president or disagreed with the president, they always find solace around the DP. So basically the DP is telling his boss that, look, you didn't want to be associated with these guys. I'm bringing them together. After elections, we'll see. Number four, I think it's also about the Mount Kenya politics. The DP is still keen on isolating President Uhuru Kenyatta. Just like I said, that Moses Kuria has the ability to save the president from William Ruto's onslaught, if he wants Moses Kuria. In the absence of Moses Kuria, if the president was keen in central Kenya, he would have used someone like Ferdinand to fight the DP. It would have worked. But now the DP is rallying all these people, including the corrupt. Even the guy who contested for Senate last election, I can't remember the name, but he was a councillor, very, very young, ambitious guy. Then this guy, in the last election, during Jubilee nominations, he believed he was locked out. Then he contested. I think it was it as independent candidate. Then this guy also joined the DP. So basically, the deputy president is trying so hard to isolate President Uhuru Kenyatta. And lastly, I tend to think it's about Nairobi politics. Do you think Kiambu governor, former Kiambu governor, Ferdinand will be cleared to run for the gubernatorial seat? I think that's a pipe dream. He won't be allowed. That's the honest truth. Nobody is going to allow Waitititu to run for the governor of Kiambu. He will not be cleared by EACC. He will not get the certificate of good conduct, but still the DP needs him. He's a street politician. So it's going to add value to the DP in taking charge of his campaigns, either in Kiambu or in Nairobi. And one guy we will have to look very closely is actually none other than Ferdinand Waitititu. Because if Ferdinand Waitititu is going to be denied the ticket, Sonko denied the ticket, then these two gentlemen can actually help the DP in campaigning in Nairobi in the hope that the moment the DP wins the elections, Ferdinand Waitititu can be a minister, Mike Sonko can be made a minister, and of course, Nairobi is going to be key for the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is today. And lastly, I want to do a video on Kenneth Marende. Kenneth Marende talked of Nyang'au ni Nyang'au. What is his game plan? Yesterday I was with some friends and a guy from Vihiga was telling me that Lee, you need to start monitoring Marende because Marende is making serious moves down there. Thank you guys and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.